Good evening and welcome to SunSet News on this Monday evening. As always, we bring you news, community stories, economics, weather, sports, and so much more. I am Glenora Shipura. Starting us off in the news tonight, during the inaugural induction workshop for newly elected regional and local authority councillors, Urban and Rural Development Minister Sankwasa James Sankwasa instructed all local and regional authorities to submit the names of councillors who owe municipal service fees. He said we should be the first people to be accountable. You cannot come in as an honorable councillor, force other citizens to pay, and you are not paying. Sankwasa noted that some councillors have outstanding accounts running into hundreds, undermining revenue recovery. The councillors represented Kavango West, Kavango East, and Sambesi region. Here he is. Have a look.
No. And the staff members are afraid to come and suspend your water because you come and suspend them from office. No. We should be the first people to be accountable. It's not that when I'm saying these things, I don't have accounts. I do, but I must pay my accounts. I'm not a holy cow, but I must bring my part. I've seen some of the newly elected councillors, some of the reports I've seen, have not paid their municipal bill from 2017, 2018. They are owing hundreds of them. And I'm saying, therefore, that will help the recovery. Because you cannot come in as an honorable councillor, force other citizens to pay, and you are not paying. So therefore, all of us must have that obligation. All of us. In the same vein, and I'm told that this is a live broadcast, I'm sending a clear message to all institutions of government, all ministries. As they go for their budget closure now, they must pay their municipal services. Or else we will end up suspending. I know working for government, we will suspend the services of every minister that will not pay. You must lead by example. You must lead by example. I remember this thing was done in Tanzania when I was deputy minister.
In our next story, the SWAPO party issued a formal notice yesterday instructing former Namibian refugees who have been camping outside its national headquarters since the 22nd of October 2025 to vacate the premises by Tuesday at 10 a.m. In a statement issued by Secretary General Sophia Shaningwa, the party said the directive follows meetings held on Saturday and Sunday with the demonstrators and representatives of the United Nations. According to the statement concerns, we will be right back on the other side of this with the story.
Of all types of income and expenditures, traced back from the respective tenures of all my predecessors. A thorough review of these documents has revealed no internal evidence supporting the claims raised by the demonstrators. In the spirit of transparency and fairness, we have therefore engaged the United Nations directly, trusting that their involvement will provide the authoritative insight needed to address these long-standing issues without fear or favor. It is also my belief that United Nations is a reputable organization operating at the highest level of global governance.
Now, according to statements, concerns linked to the 1989 repatriation process were exhaustively addressed, after which it was mutually agreed that the group would remove their tents and belongings within the extended time frame granted in good faith. SWAPO Secretary General Sophia Shaningwa stated on Saturday that a review of all party income and expenditure records dating back to the tenures of her predecessors revealed no internal evidence supporting claims raised by veterans camping outside the party's national headquarters. She said this informed the decision to engage the United Nations, which met with the demonstrators along SWAPO's officials to address long-standing grievances linked to the 1989 repatriation of liberation struggle veterans. Shaningwa added that the UN's involvement is meant to independently clarify allegations, including claims about funds allegedly given to SWAPO in the interest of transparency and fairness. Speaking on behalf of Namibian refugees repatriated in 1989 and their children born in exile, Aina Angula over the weekend said the group is still seeking clarity on rehabilitation, resettlement, and support promised at the time. Here she is.
Understanding that documentation and communication existent between the United Nations, SWAPO, the Council of Churches of Namibia, and other relevant authorities concerning rehabilitation and resettlement, support for this group. However, the specific correspondence or final clarification related to this arrangement are present and available to us. The spirit of transparency and accountability, we respectfully request that the United Nations provide clarification on this matter. Existing documentation, official reports, resolutions, or correspondence that detail the support provided to the repatriated Namibian refugees. Rehabilitation and resettlement. Effort coordinated by United Nations High Commission for Refugees. United Nations facilitates dialogue between the former Namibian refugees, the former SWAPO of Namibia representatives, to ensure transparency, mutual understanding, and a peaceful resolution.
Yes.
The commitment made at the time of repatriation were fulfilled.
In our next story, Windhoek Central Hospital, Namibia's national referral hospital, is set to significantly strengthen public health care with the installation of the country's first magnetic resonance imaging machine in a state hospital, a milestone investment expected to become operational by April 2026. While MRI machines have existed in private hospitals in Namibia, this is the first time such advanced imaging will be available in the public sector, reducing reliance on costly private referrals and overseas treatment. As the country apex referral hospital, Windhoek Central receives patients from all 14 regions for highly specialized care unavailable elsewhere in the public system. MRI is among the most advanced diagnostic tools in modern medicine, offering detailed soft tissue imaging critical for neurological, spinal, and orthopedic conditions, complex surgical planning, and long-term treatment monitoring. Until now, patients requiring MRI scans were referred to state-approved private hospitals at an average cost of 13,000 Namibian dollars per scan, paid by the government. In cases where services were unavailable locally, patients were sent abroad, further straining public resources. Now speaking to Network Media Hub, Windhoek Central Hospital Superintendent Dr. Shiteleni Herman said the MRI would significantly improve diagnostic precision, streamline clinical workflows, and enhance patient outcomes, reinforcing the hospital's role as Namibia's medical hub. According to Dr. Herman, Namibia's specialist base has expanded substantially since independence. From just 3 pediatricians at the time, the country now has more than 70, including subspecialists in pediatric cardiology, surgery, neurosurgery, and cardiothoracic surgery. He emphasized, however, that challenges remain. The Health Professions Council of Namibia Annual Report 2023 to 2024 highlights persistent shortages in fields such as neurosurgery, nuclear medicine, and emergency care. These gaps are partly addressed through visiting specialist teams from Germany, the United Kingdom, and Newcastle, who support local clinicians while maintaining continuity of care. Dr. Herman stressed that advanced equipment alone cannot transform healthcare without the corresponding depth of professional expertise. In our next story, defense lawyer Petrus Smart Elago on Thursday told the Ondangwa Magistrates Court that while what happened to public prosecutor Justice Shiweda was a terrible thing, the state has no direct evidence linking his client, Dr. Philemon Fly Nakundungile, to the crime. Elago argued that the state's case against Nakundungile is based on speculation rather than facts. As he continued to cross-examine Detective Antonius Gabriel, the state's key witness opposing bail, he told the court that Gabriel became emotional while testifying about Shiweda's condition and that Nakundungile himself broke down in tears when shown images depicting her injuries. The defense submitted that Gabriel failed to place evidence before the court showing that Nakundungile knows the remaining witnesses yet to be interviewed or that he would interfere with investigations if released on bail. In response, Gabriel told the court that there is a key witness whose identity cannot be disclosed at the stage, but insisted that Nakundungile knows who the witness is. Elago countered that Nakundungile does not have access to the police docket, while Gabriel maintained that the accused may still have knowledge of the investigation through his close association with Abner Mateus, whom police allege has insight into police operations. Gabriel testified that Mateus even knew the time and place police were interviewing Nakundungile when his statement was taken. The court heard that police still need to interview between 12 and 13 witnesses as investigations move to an advanced stage. Gabriel further testified that Nakundungile has a girlfriend who allegedly previously lived with Shiweda but was not at her house on the day of the attack, having reportedly slept at a house in Onanjokwe. He argued that Nakundungile is not a suitable bail candidate, claiming he has no fixed assets in Ondangwa, could easily relocate from his current residence in Onkete village, and frequently travels to Angola, at times using emergency travel documents, according to passport records. The court also heard that police are struggling to obtain medical records of Mateus, who had been Nakundungile's patient. Now, the residents of Oskenkar who lost their homes in a devastating fire late last year received much-needed relief on Friday following the handover of donated items at the Oskenkar Community Center. The handover was led by the governor of the Karas region, David Hertze, together with the chairperson of the Karas Regional Council, Gerrit Vedboe. In collaboration with the Regional Council, regional leaders joined affected community members as essential supplies were distributed to families whose lives were upended by the disaster. The donations included clothing, food parcel, and school stationery aimed at providing immediate assistance to families as they begin begin the long process of rebuilding their lives. The fire, which broke out late December last year, destroyed 58 houses in 2 separate incidents, leaving the families without shelter or personal belongings. Addressing residents at the event, regional leaders expressed sympathy with the victims and underscored the importance of unity and solidarity during times of crisis. They acknowledged that while the donated items could not replace what had been lost, they were intended to offer immediate relief, restore dignity, and provide hope to the to those affected. Now, the fire reportedly reduced homes and possessions to ashes, leaving many families dependent on community support and government assistance. That concludes our top stories. After the break, we get into Story of the Day.
Ready to be entertained? We've got you. GoTV's got more shows just for you.
That's right.
More movies?
Yes. Jackpot.
More kids shows?
Of course.
And more football than anywhere else.
No doubt about it.
Yes, we've got more. And we've got you. Pay for your current GoTV package and we'll upgrade you to the next highest package. Get more with GoTV. At home or on the go with GoTV Stream. GoTV. Love it.
In our story of the day, Project Never Walk Alone says it needs to raise 12.92 million Namibian dollars over the next 3 years to provide shoes to 31,500 barefoot children across Namibia, warning that the lack of footwear continues to undermine children's dignity, school attendance, and self-confidence. Project Never Walk Alone has just finalized an ambitious 3-year plan where we aim to restore the dignity of 31,500 barefooted children across Namibia. The organization said in its project outline, for 2026, the initiative will target 10,000 children in Oshana, Karas, Oshodonjupa, and Omusati, which it identified as the 4 regions that have not benefited from the initiative thus far. The planned rollout will see 2,500 pairs of shoes distributed per region between March and November at a total cost of 3.92 million Namibian dollars. Looking ahead to 2027, Project Never Walk Alone plans to assist 11,500 children in Ohangwena, Kavango East, Kavango West, and Kunene with a budget of 4.6 million Namibian dollars. The organization said Kavango East will receive 4,000 pairs, more than any other region, because it currently has the biggest number of barefooted children compared to all the regions, with that figure standing at over 14,000 children. In 2028, another 10,000 children will be targeted in Ohangwena, Khomas, Kavango East, and Hardap at an estimated cost of 4.4 million Namibian dollars. The organization said it has already assisted 12,750 barefoot children since the project began, distributing shoes in Hardap, Omaheke, Khomas, Erongo, Kavango East, Kavango West, Kunene, Ohangwena, and Zambezi. As part of its fundraising drive, the project issued a direct appeal to the private sector with a total requirement of 31,500 pairs of shoes by the end of 2028. Project Never Walk Alone said meeting the 12.92 million Namibian dollar target is essential to ensuring that vulnerable children are able to attend school with dignity and confidence. We will get into our economic news shortly.
Life is unpredictable and one needs to be protected against any eventuality. Get Santam legal access from as little as 50 Namibian dollars a month for when you find yourself in need of legal representation due to civil cases, criminal prosecution, and family matters such as divorce, child maintenance, and custody. It also covers labor disputes, disciplinary hearings, and unfair dismissal or retrenchment. With Santam Legal Access, you'll receive free legal advice on almost every legal aspect, whether the specific matter is covered by your policy or not. For true peace of mind and legal protection when you need it most, call us on 061 292 8000. Santam. This is freedom.
In economic news, Namibia's accommodation sector experienced a modest but concerning decline in 2025, with national room occupancy slipping below 52%, raising fresh concerns about access, affordability, and the country's competitiveness in a rapidly shifting regional tourism landscape. The 2025 annual tourism accommodation occupancy report compiled by the Hospitality Association of Namibia, HAN, shows that the average occupancy last year stood at 51.99%. This marked a drop of 2.5% from 2024's 54.4% and is also 1.5% below the 53.5% average recorded in 2019, the last full year before the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, the CEO of Han, Gita Paito, said that this is based on the information received from their members across the country, representing a variety of accommodation categories such as hotels, bed and breakfast facilities, and lodges. That concludes our economic news. On the other side of this, we get into what's happening in the world of sports. In sports news, AFCON 2025 concluded with a dramatic finale as Senegal defeated host Morocco to be crowned champions of Africa, capping a tournament filled with surprises, emotion, and unforgettable moments on and off the pitch. Pape Gueye scored in extra time for the Tarenga Lions to beat host Morocco 1-0 in a chaotic final on Sunday, which at one point saw fans trying to storm the field and Senegalese players walking off the pitch to protest a penalty decision deep into second half stoppage time. It was unclear whether the game could continue amid fan steward clashes. We all saw what happened at the end of the match, but we took the decision to come back onto the pitch and give everything, Gueye said. Play resumed after a stoppage of 14 minutes, only for Senegal's Eduardo Mendy to easily save Brahim Diaz's attempt at a Panenka penalty when he lobbed the ball straight into the goalkeeper's arms with the last kick of normal time. Gueye then scored the winning goal in the 4th minute of extra time when he swept the ball into the top right corner with his left foot. In our next story, newly appointed futsal national team coach Marcos Antunes says he has arrived in Namibia to win and make sure that they play for the flag, while announcing a team set to compete against Kenya in a two-legged AFCON qualifiers. Let's have a look.
These fantastic persons behind me, and I would like to say first, for me it's an honor to be in Namibia and to be the national head coach. It's an important step in my career. Past 3 years that I passed in Angola, but I'm very happy. I like the people, I like the conditions. I have the opportunity to say to Mr. Cassius that you have fantastic conditions, you have fantastic infrastructures to play futsal, and it's an honor to be here. It's an honor because the most important thing that we can defend in sport, it's a flag of a country. It's the most important thing. And the players know, and I know, that we are playing and I'm coaching for all the nation, not only for me, not even the players. We're going to be the representative way of hundreds of kids, of people that don't have the possibility to play, because it's not chosen, but you are the reference. And for being a reference, we have to win. In this level, we have to win. And that's, I became here with the message that we're gonna win, we're gonna growing up futsal, and it's for ending, it's a pleasure being here, and I will defend the flag of Namibia with all my fights. Okay? For sure. Now the 14 players I'm going to announce. Goalkeepers: Ria Usorua, Ricardo Roy. Defenders: Nange Kamatuka, Donald Modiz. Wingers: Boldface Sianga, Celo Tobias, Nigel Prince, Luis Sulunga, Ishan von Francisco, Wesley Otto, George Aikali, and pivots Ken Salot, Martin Humphries, and Celso Roberto. This is the guys who will make part of the futsal team, and we promise that we're gonna honor every moment and in every game the slide you have in the bench. Okay? So for me, it's all I have to do for the moment, and I'm disponible to answer for what you want. Okay? And thank you so much. Okay?
And with that, we've come to the end of the broadcast. Thank you for tuning in and catching up on the latest news with SunSet News.